Hello, and welcome back to another episode where I talk about stuff while playing The Binding of Isaac. Today, we will be discussing the Library of Alexandria. And also, we will be beating Satan as Bethany, hopefully. We'll see how it works out. One of these days, I'm actually gonna time the music there. Anyway, the Library of Alexandria. Oh no. What was it, and why did it matter? The Library of Alexandria, of course, is pretty famous for being a library of the ancient world. Not surprising. Let's take this now. It is known as one of the greatest, perhaps the greatest library of antiquity. And it's also famous for having burned down. Kind of, sort of. We'll get to the details in a bit. And I have no particular reason for talking about this other than it was on my mind, so I looked it up. And, you know, that's how most of these episodes go. So, the Library of Alexandria. It was built by Ptolemy II. It is believed to have held, at its peak, somewhere between 40,000 and 400,000 scrolls. Now, a scroll, keep in mind, of papyrus, isn't exactly the same thing as a book or even a codex. Typically, what we would consider a book in today's world may have been written down on a single scroll, maybe multiple scrolls depending on its length. No bombs? Huh. Okay. That's funny. So if you were to compare this to a more modern library... Ooh! It could be argued that the Library of Alexandria held at its peak possibly 100,000 books. That's a pretty big library, especially in the ancient world when, books, scrolls weren't exactly common. The library itself was part of the broader Museion, which is actually where we get the modern word for museum. The Museion, if I'm pronouncing it that at all correctly, was an institute dedicated to the Muses, hence its name. Is there... Oh, that was really just it for that room? Okay. Ah! Ah! Okay. Panic over. So, why was the Library of Alexandria important? Alexandria, Egypt, became known as the capital of knowledge, in large part due to the library, if not the entirety of the Museion. And there are a few famous people from history who studied there. Oh, it was bound to happen at some point. Actually, let's just use this now. That way I'm not wasting charge. Okay. Well. Huh. Huh. Okay. I am going to go into the arcade and then use the tower, and we'll see what happens. Yeah, I'll still use the tower. And I will also blow these up. Ooh, very nice. You know, I may actually visit the shop first. Oh! Well, I will definitely be visiting the shop. And where's the secret room? Probably there. And now I will be donating everything. Well, a good deed done, I suppose. So, who are some of... Oh, very nice. I did need keys. Thank you. Thank you. Lots of keys. Who are some of the famous people that visited Alexandria? Also, I am not going to use the Satanic Bible here just yet, because I would like a regular boss item first. There we go. And now I use it. Ooh. Light and Spectral is okay. Neither of these are that great, honestly, but I think this is the right answer. Some of the famous people who visited the Library of Alexandria include Apollonius of Rhodes, the guy who composed the poetic epic Argonautica. Eratosthenes of Cyrene, the man who computed the Earth's circumference to within just a few hundred kilometers. Heron of Alexandria, sometimes referred to as Hero of Alexandria. The man who invented the steam engine. If you're not familiar with that story, that's a bit of an interesting one. I am so disappointed right now. But let's see if I can't get something out of the mushrooms. Well, I got bombs out of the mushrooms. So there's that. So yes, the ancient Greeks actually did invent the steam engine, but Heron of... Oh, hold on. Hold on. It's a little too dark for me to look at my second monitor while still having confidence in my gameplay. Heron of Alexandria did invent the steam engine in the ancient world in roughly, I want to say, the 1st century CE. However, he thought it was a useless contraption. How ironic. And lastly, there are a few other famous people from the ancient world to mention, but I'll finish it off with Aristarchus of Samothrace, the man who wrote the definitive versions of the Homeric texts and poems, rather, and provided a lot of commentaries on them, too. I guess that's everything. I'll continue to take normal boss items for the moment because I don't have that much health and Bethany can't get soul hearts. So, you know, if I... Oh! If I lose all my health to devil deals too early, might not be able to get it back. Well, I'm not totally surprised that this boss went that way. And there is some health. Very nice, and additional tears up. And now I can use this freely. Okay. Now, the decline of the Library of Alexandria. What happened to it? Well, it didn't really burn. I mean, it did, but that's not how it declined. The decline of the Library of Alexandria actually started with Ptolemy VI. So, if you're not familiar with the Ptolemies, Ptolemy, rather, was one of Alexander the Great's generals. And after Alexander the Great died, his empire was split into three, Ptolemy being one of his generals, claiming one of those kingdoms. So there is a line of Ptolemies that continued to rule in Egypt, in Alexandria, of course, the city named after Alexander the Great, one of several, actually. What a great run this is. Whoop. I guess I'll just keep donating. Hey, alright, something good. Even though it's not the luck I was hoping for. So, again, the library itself is believed to have been possibly designed by the first Ptolemy, but it was built certainly by the second Ptolemy. But the decline of the library, I guess I'll use this. It's time. And I might as well keep using it, actually, now that I think about it. Interesting that it keeps giving me a greater chance. I didn't realize that was the case. Nice. Ooh. Now, that's pretty good. So, again, Ptolemy VI was a rather well-respected ruler. Ooh. Ah. And yes. But when he died in a campaign, his younger brother, Ptolemy VIII, took over, who not historians, but people at the time made fun of him quite a bit and called him fat, and said that he was, I believe, depraved as well. By the way, don't look too much into the Ptolemy family history. There's a lot of inbreeding. I get that was just kind of the way the Egyptians in the ancient world handled royalty and what they thought of royal bloodlines and such, but yikes. That was bad, reading about Ptolemy the Sixth, and no, not Ptolemy the Sixth so much as Ptolemy the Eighth, his younger brother. So Ptolemy the Eighth took over. Yeah, I'll use it. I mean, oh, it's both. Wait a minute. Okay, but I think I'll actually keep the Satanic Bible. It's really pretty good. So Ptolemy VIII took over after his brother died, and he came back to Alexandria and purged the city of anyone who was not a supporter of him, and this included quite a few intellectuals. Even including, oh, interesting, it's the wisps that do it. That explains some things. So, one of the people who died, one of the persons who died as part of this purge, was even Aristarchus of Samothrace, the last guy that I mentioned. With a number of intellectuals dead. And I will find the shop, and there it is. Ooh. I think I go with the battery bum here, actually. This is a better form of donation. So with a number of intellectuals dead, the rest fled Alexandria, or were exiled. Come on, give me an item, give me an item. You know you want to. And again, this marked the beginning of the decline of the Library of Alexandria. Let's see. And then we get to the famous burning. Come on. Come on. Come on. Last pennies, last pennies. That is not an item. Oh, I don't even need to bomb you myself. I'll have him do it. Great. Let's see. I'll bomb this guy too. I got a pill. Oh. Very good. This is a very high chance. I'm impressed. I almost went back to grab that Eternal Heart. That would have been incorrect. So the burning itself. You may have heard of the story of this a bit. That Julius Caesar accidentally burned the Library of Alexandria. You may not know the logistics of how this happened and why this happened. Oh. Oh. Yes. Well, I don't need that other Eternal Heart. So, in the 1st century BCE, quick Roman history lesson. Julius Caesar is away from Rome for 10 years in a campaign in Gaul. He amasses a ton of power and resources, and then he comes back and who am I thinking of? What's his name? Not Ptolemy, the other P guy. Pompey. Pompey. So Pompey, one of the fellow, what was his title? He was part of the Roman Triumvirate, right? Oh, well, that's lucky. That's less lucky. Anyway, Pompey effectively starts a civil war with Caesar, or maybe it's better to say Caesar starts the civil war with Pompey. You know, I will take the damage. Alright, that's a lot of money in there this time. That's pretty good. Now, the question is, can I get the item room in time? The answer may... item room... Well, that is true as well. Can I get to the boss rush in time? The answer may surprise you. Of course, this does also entail finding the item room. And, actually, no, I don't think the answer may surprise you at all. Just a hunch of mine at this point. What? Yeah, I guess I am running low on, wisps. Oh. 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 Man, every single wisp of mine gone. Maybe I really should have just left that room, but I'm too greedy for that. It's still not here. Ah. Okay. Well, there's 20 minutes. Okay, so there is a civil war going on with Rome, with the entirety of Rome's territories between Caesar and Pompey. And Egypt is certainly part of this as well. There is a point in time in which Caesar is garrisoned in Alexandria, and Ptolemy the 14th's fleets threaten to siege the city. And so Caesar decides he is going to set fire to all the ships in the harbor. Oh, there we go. And let's take care of you. Very nice. And now let's take care of all of this. Get this back up to snuff. So Ptolemy the 14th is on the side of Pompey, if you couldn't tell. And so, again, Caesar sets fire to all of the ships in the harbor, and that fire accidentally spreads to some of the buildings in the city. Now, the Library of Alexandria itself was actually located like one street away from the docks, from the harbor. So it is like right there, unfortunately, and it does catch fire. It is said that it burns at least in part. Now, it's not clear if the entire thing was burned down or if it was only partially burned. But that's it. That's the burning. It's actually not that significant in the story, the entire history of the Library of Alexandria. Because the library continues to exist after it, after the burning. Whether it was completely burned down and rebuilt isn't clear again, but it is still mentioned as a major place of learning, even in the 1st century CE. I need to back off. Also, I need to stop using the Satanic Bible, because I am running out of health, if you couldn't tell. Ah, great. Yep, my favorite enemies. Love them. Just love them to death, really. They're so easy to kill. Ooh. I looked away for a split second and almost made a pretty bad mistake. Oh. Pin. Come on, Pin. Come on. What? Oh. You can't just take away my thingy and leave. There, at least I got a bomb out of it. So, the library's story is not just over. I need to be very careful here. Let's see, it's probably... Never mind, it's not this way at all. I don't know what I was thinking. I sincerely apologize for thinking. Nope. Oh, I see that. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll use that somewhere. I'll use that over here. The Necronomicon! That missed the boss, didn't it? So, over the next several centuries, the library continued to exist up until around the year 270 CE. If the library wasn't completely neglected at that point in history, health. Sure, I'll take that too. Well, now, hold on. That is a terrible idea. Actually, I'm not gonna take any of that. I don't know why I considered that. That just... Yeah, that looked like a terrible time. So, in 270 to 275 CE, there was a Palmyrene invasion that, again, the library itself probably dwindled a lot up until that point, so it's hard to say if the library existed at all anymore at that point. But if it did, it was most certainly destroyed then. Yeah, no slap. No slap. Ah, great. Unfortunately, I'm making good time for Hush, but I mean, I guess I could. Is it here? Yeah, I figured, but I wanted to check anyway. I have plenty of bombs. Was that just not centered? No, it's just simply incorrect. The Magician is pretty good. And I almost ran into that one spiked rock. This is... I'm doing spooky things here. Why is that guy glitching out like this? I have not seen that behavior before. I mean, I understand why he is, but it's just... I haven't seen that behavior before. This is weird. Spooky action at a distance, am I right? Oh, I deserve that. There, finally. I will take the regular hearts, thank you very much. Oh! Well, I found the secret room. And now that I have no choice... I guess I'll go back and take that Rotten Heart. I'll keep death on me for the moment. Yeah, I'm still missing a heart. Yeah, I'll use it here. No, 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 no. Okay. That was scary. Give me a heart. Give me a heart. Give me a heart. Somewhere. Someone, please. Hurt me. Actually, a bomb might be able to. Now that I think about it. That guy is full. Oh. Well, that works. I will resume talking about the Library of Alexandria after this short break, because I am scared, and I want to make sure I complete this fight without getting hit. The caverns are flooded. Okay, and now I will, unfortunately, I think, be going to Hush after all, and then to Satan. Unfortunately, the way I tend to do things, I do things that I'm least comfortable with first. That is awful. Why have you done this to me? Oh boy. Actually... Oh. Does Lemon Party... Nah. Give me a penny. Thank you. Okay, top or bottom? Top. Parasitoid! Not bad. Top. Glowing Hourglass! Ooh, Epiflora! Okay, this is salvageable. This is salvageable. That's really funny the way this worked out. Okay, last few things I have to say about the Library of Alexandria. What did we actually lose? Turns out, well, we don't know the answer, because, I mean, it's lost, right? But probably not much. The way that the Library of Alexandria was formed in the first place was effectively to copy any writings that ships had as they came into port. So almost everything in the Library of Alexandria was a copy of something else. Almost nothing in there would have been original. Not only that, but a lot of very famous works had plenty of copies in other locations anyway. I mean, it wasn't as though Alexandria was the only library in the ancient world, right? Wow. So then, what sort of things might we have lost after all? Well, the only reasonable things that would have been specific to the Library of Alexandria that may have only had a few copies would have been either cool, I forgot about that one. Possibly literary works could have been lost, and also civil records. Not very exciting stuff. Now, there is a lot of information from the ancient world that's been lost to time, but that doesn't mean it was all lost through this one specific event, through the burning of the Library of Alexandria. Because again, it doesn't seem like the burning of the library made that big of an impact on the library as a whole. And there we go. All right. Now, as per my goal, I'm gonna go beat up Satan. Oh, good. I was a bit worried about that, to be honest. Maybe I shouldn't have been, but I was. Bye-bye, keys. Well, that's okay. Oh. No, 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 no. Ooh, very interesting, but no thank you. So, all in all, again, the Library of Alexandria, possibly the most influential library in the ancient world, but not the only library in the ancient world. Lead pencil, yes please. And although everything that was lost is still a tragedy, whatever was lost, this is not the first time in history that ancient knowledge has been lost. And it's hard to definitively say when and where and how knowledge is lost. What I mean by that is that, uh-oh. Oh, good. For people living in the ancient world... Oh, gross. Oh, I hate that guy so much. He might actually be my least favorite enemy. Especially when he's a champion like that. I mean, I know I faced one earlier and didn't comment on it, but I'm commenting on that guy now. Deal with it. For example, Roman concrete was lost to history. Although, thanks to modern science, we think we've been able to understand it and reconstruct it. It doesn't change the fact that... Oh, let's stop shooting. I must be getting close to 30. Doesn't change the fact that some people just simply didn't need to remember how to make it. And so, there was no real incentive to remember how to make Roman concrete. The aqueducts that existed from Rome worked perfectly fine for many years. Ah, I was afraid of that. And it's doubly bad. Okay, let's just stay to the left, or to the right rather, aiming to the left. Uh-oh. Also, let's pump this way up. This is gonna get annoying fast. Uh-oh. Okay. Phew! No! Oh, no. I don't think I can. I don't think I have the build for that. Do I? I think I have to try. I mean, the win streak really doesn't matter anymore. I already got everything I was gonna get from a win streak. But, oh, the void might be kind of nasty, though, because I'd just keep getting devil deals, wouldn't I? I think I'm actually just going to call it here. I've seen this cutscene plenty of times already. I don't know why I'm still showing it. But I'll do it anyway. Urn of Souls, and I still haven't beaten Satan 5 times. Great, which means I need to... That's probably, what, number 4? If I had to guess, that's probably the 4th time I've beaten Satan. And I've probably beaten Isaac 3, maybe 4 times as well, so... Just a little bit more work. And then I should have the Polaroid and the negative unlocked, and then maybe I'll finally be able to beat Mega Satan. Anyway, thank you for joining me today. I hope you learned a bit about the Library of Alexandria, and how, although it is a loss, it is not a massive loss. Because there are lots of ways throughout history that people have lost knowledge, and also the library itself was in a gradual decline for several centuries. As much as we like to romanticize the idea of some secret or hidden knowledge being in there that we'll never have access to again, that probably wasn't the case. Anyway, hope you were also entertained, and I will see you again tomorrow. Take care.